All right, what's up, guys? Let's get back to the chapter 3. All right, so we halfway done. So far we have talked about atoms, talk about elements in the periodic table, right? We talk about the first periodic table by Mendeleev, and we have the current one. Now we're gonna move on to atoms, right? The atomic structure. How do we come up with our current atomic structure? We have proton, neutron, electron. How do we get that structure? All right. Of course, there are tons of scientists involved, and I'm sure if look at on the screen, you probably recognize at least one of them. Everyone know Albert Einstein, right? But he's not the main role, but he has a little touch on it. Okay. All right. Let's get into the detail. All right. Let's start right here. So go long back there. A very long time ago, before Instagram was invented, no one knows anything about atom or concept of matter is composed of a small particle. But these two, Lucifer's and Democritus, say that matter is composed of tiny particles. They didn't really know anything about like the atomic structure at a time, but they just imagine this. They think that, well, if they cut cut matter in half many times, right? Enough time, you get to the point that you cannot cut it anymore. All right. And Democritus called that atomos. A mean no, tomos mean cut, so uncuttable, indivisible. So you can't break them. It's smaller than that. All right. And Democritus took his imagination even further, and he just come up with try to explain why each different type of matter, they have different property. All right. So he said that the liquid like water has a round atoms. This particle is rounded, so they can slide off each other. The solid particles are pointed, so they are fixed in place. And the oil, the particle is really small and fine. Right. Basically, he saying that atoms are different, and they make matter different. Okay. Anyway, no further development about atomic theory for the next 2,300 years. That we just go through a war and all the industrial revolution, whatever. Just keep going from there until about 17 to 1800s. Okay, we got a couple people came up with the atomic theory, try to look at things in the molecular level. This is like the first time in the new era that someone actually look at things in the molecular level. So if you still remember, we have, his name is not Anthony, he's Antoine Lavoisier, a French chemist. He came up with the law of conservation of mass. He's saying that matter cannot be created or destroyed. Whatever mass you put in the reaction, it come out gonna be the same mass, if it's not leaking, all right, of course. And John Dalton, an English chemist, mentioned about atoms, so that they are indestructible. They are small but different. That's why all elements have different properties. Okay. In 1800, so about this time, we kind of have a general idea about matter is composed of small particle called atom. But the question is, why and how these atoms behave the way they do? That's what we don't know yet. Okay, so then we have to figure it out. Let's take a look at the next video.